What's going on, cave dwellers? We want to thank you so much for watching our video last night, our live. So we're gonna bring you a little extra today. Obviously, you got the Camaro Cave merch on, and Tony's gonna tell us what's gonna happen today.
So get your box tissues out. I know, I'm sorry, I always keep saying that to you people. I'm always bringing you like really like tearjerker stuff. I'm the sad person, he's the fun one. But get your box of tissues out because we have like an amazing story from Scott Settlemire for you. So stay tuned.
Here you go, guys. We are with the great
Welcome to Mars.
Scott Settlemire at Mars. I know, welcome to Mars. Look at that. That is so cool. But we have a story here that Scott's gonna bring us home here.
In my career, I've gotten many letters, complaints, compliments, but this is a letter that I got in April of 2010, and I'd like to share it with you, and some of you who've been to some of the Camaro shows are going to relate to this. Dear Mr. Settlemire, I really appreciate how you share your thoughts regarding the new Camaro. Your pride in your career and the Camaro shines through your words. I'd like to tell you about what the car you built meant to my son. When he and I went to the Transform movies for the first time, he fell in love with Bumblebee and marveled at what an incredible car it was. I too fell in love with the Camaro instantly, and on the way home from the movie, we talked about what it would like to have one. I told him that someday, if we could, we would buy one, and when the time came for him to drive, it would be his. I got my order in last April, and it arrived late in June of last year. Dawson, my son, was so excited, and every day, rain or shine, he'd ask if we could go for a quick ride. He couldn't see much from the back seat, but I could see his face lit up in the rearview mirror. In October, he helped me prepare it for the winter storage, and as I disconnected the battery, it fell asleep, and we looked at each other like, what just happened? Lying with him at bedtime that night, we talked about it, and it surprised us both to know we were both on the verge of tears. Every week or so, we'd go out and check on it just to make sure it was safe, and we talked throughout the winter months about our first cruise of the spring and how much fun that would be. My son Dawson passed away in mid-February from a stroke suffered after surgery to remove a brain tumor. He was only 8 years old. In the weeks that passed, I would check on his sleeping Camaro, but my excitement over our first cruise was now gone. Instead, I looked at the car and wondered how I could ever drive it again. At one point, I almost decided to sell it, but finally figured Dawson would want me to enjoy it. How could I get rid of his first car? In late March, I pulled the cover off and installed the battery. I felt a shiver as the interior lights came on. I was nervous about turning the key to start it, but only cranked a second before it fired and the sound of the engine filled the garage. While the sound and the smell excited me, I cried and cried that my boy wasn't there to see it come to life. I did fulfill my promise to Dawson. I took his ashes, wrapped him in his favorite blanket, buckled him into the front seat, and he and I cruised around for a while. He loved music, especially rock and AC/DC in particular, but when it came to riding in the car, the stereo was always off. He and I listened to what he called the music of the car. I will keep the car and have ordered a vanity plate in his memory. From time to time, I will take him out for a cruise on a warm summer evening and remember his beaming face in the rearview mirror and the excited, nervous giggles from the back seat when I'd punch the gas in a low gear. I want to thank you for the special moments that the car brought my son. He was always telling others how his daddy drove a 2010 Camaro and someday it would be his. Like I said, I can tell how proud you are, and I want you to know the joy that your hard work brought a little boy, even for such a short time. Thank you, Mike Ellert.
Wow.
Yep.
Tearjerker, guys. Well, Tonja. That always happens. That always happens. Yes.
You're horrible.
It's a very touching story.
It is.
And
I told you, tissues. If you didn't get your tissues, I warned you.
you were warned, but we want to thank Scott for getting emotional for us with us and telling that story. So thank you so much, Scott.
Sure.
And
It's an amazing story.
it really is.
Stuff like that just proves to you that you can take the car away from us, GM, but you can't take us away from the car.
100%.
Well, when I give the award away, I have to look at it through the eyes of an 8-year-old boy and what Camaro would impress him. So it's got to be a 5th gen or a 6th gen, and it's got to be something that I think Dawson would like. And as I walk through the show field, I sometimes hear him say, "That's the car I want to pick."
Wow. Truly touching. Well, we always bring you good stuff like that here at the Cave, guys. And stay tuned because we got more.
Don't say we're not emotional.
Don't
Ever.
say we ain't emotional.
Peace out, dwellers.
See ya.